Well, surf fans, you're in for a heavily stacked elimination heat here. Seth Moniz, Matthew McGillivray, and Connor O'Leary.
And Matthew, that wave completely backing off through that midsection. Smart decision to kick out.
Adriana de Souza, Jeremy Flores. These are stalwarts on the championship tour, and this is their last run. So, we got to enjoy every moment we can from our surfers who are going to be hanging up the jersey. This guy is not hanging up the jersey anytime soon. I love this heat because this is the kind of age demographic on tour. These three surfers are going to be battling it out for a long time to come.
Yeah, they're in their prime. As you see Connor just milking it, one of the most powerful backside surfing we have seen, maybe replacing what Bobby Martinez was doing back in 2006. Just so powerful, top to bottom.
And straight from the jump, Seth Moniz, powerhouse, thrilling surfer from the island of Oahu. And you can tell, he knows full well the ramifications of losing in this heat. That is not the result you want to head to Tahiti with. And you can tell that every turn he's doing is with vicious intent, fighting for every bit of score he can generate, doing exactly what the judges want to see. I feel like the judges have been on point throughout this entire contest. That to me is just the perfect score for this wave.
His first couple of turns were incredible, searing, quick, all the way around into the whitewash. Wave never really backs off. He was able to belt it through that midsection of the wave, generating speed. There wasn't a moment where he was actually just waiting for the wave to line up for him. It was top to bottom, nice release of the fins. And this is the section that I was telling you about. You have to either connect with the lip early. Like I said, it's one of the most protected waves from that onshore breeze that we get in the mainland. And obviously it's super rippable. And usually when you think of Puerto Escondido being probably today around the 10-foot Hawaiian range, here it's much more fun. You can use your shortboards.
Well, using his shortboard to full effect right now, Seth Moniz is on a roll. You can just see the momentum he's carried from that first wave, which was a 667. This one building up nicely through this inside section. Expect fireworks if Seth Moniz finds a ramp. He's just doing the work down the line, not wasting any time, but not making it look forced.
Some of those bigger waves start off like that, just almost, airdrop to barrel or turn, and then it backs off a little bit. So it is going to be really interesting to see how the tide starts affecting this swell today.
Yeah, this is a day that is a board bag day. You watch a couple hours of this and you grab your board bag out of the rafters and you say, I have to go here. I have to go on a surf trip. This looks so fun.
This section right here, there's that wave coming at him and made it a little bit more dynamic.
To back off a little bit and then dumps quickly on the inside sandbar. But nicely done for Seth Moniz. And now we have Matthew McGillivray. So this one going way out to sea, almost an entirely different look to this wave than the last wave from Seth Moniz. And he has a tricky inside dump section to work with and does not go his way. So a tale of two polar opposite waves. What was the difference in where they took off that made those waves so much different? It looked good out the back, and this first turn was nicely placed, looking very home, almost looking reminiscent of his home break at J Bay.
Absolutely, and you can see how this second wave on the inside section had a little bit more coping, but on the outside it was very, very flat. So it's tricky how, even from this camera angle, it looks like you're looking at J-Bay. He's wearing trunks, and that wave, when it hugs this inside bank, that's when he could go a little bit more vertical. As we see Connor having a look at this one.
All right, so this wave has a nice look to it as it's growing down the line. I love when, Connor O'Leary is a big guy, but he surfs so compact that, he has the ability to fit his board and his big frame into some tight spots. As you see this one, he's kind of just patiently waiting, and it never really materialized. So they're looking for that. He's going to be feeling, relatively safe towards requalification. Connor O'Leary now on his backhand, not thinking about anything but destroying this wave. And so far, it's been so good.
That was awesome.
Whips it around, just adding some flair to that backside hook. So 4, 5 nice turns down the line. Really steady, powerful, fast, snappy surfing from Connor O'Leary. It's just up to how you surf it. Here we go. This is Connor O'Leary from the beginning.
So you can see the size of the wave. You can see how much coping it had, just top to bottom. Beautiful that last turn when he blows the tail out, but the wave backs off.
But watch out, McGillivray. Connor O'Leary could have opportunity, and it's going to be the South African, Matthew McGillivray, leaning into his turns. He's had some sporadic results on the championship tour this year, and right there, looked like, you tell me what was the mistake from McGillivray right there. That looked like an unforced error.
There was really nothing there. He tried, he did his best, as we see a beautiful late drop.
Well, although I was wrong on that previous wave, I was right about that. Seth Moniz will find the tube. So far, hammering this wave. Getting the late drop right into the pit and goes straight to work. Fourth turn. Moniz now on a tear. Finds a beautiful open face to work with, still building speed, gaining momentum for this inside section. Can he find another? Goes up for the stylish floater, comes down clean. Wow. Seth Moniz, no doubt into the excellent range with that wave.
That was awesome.
Check this wave out from the beginning.
And look at where he took off. He could have been in the barrel a good 20 meters further up the point, but a very late drop, and as soon as he gets out of the barrel, he goes top to bottom twice with variation, sliding the tail on that maneuver. Really clean arcs. Downtime, none at all. This wave, just the gift that keeps on giving. Very unique in his approach, very unique as far as waves go that we've seen this morning, and a very, very lucky section for him to get barreled and get that floater. We were talking about usually only being able to do one or the other, get barreled and get closed out on, or maybe do a float. He got both. The technicality of that drop, Chris, was impressive.
Look, that was not a deep barrel, but that was an intense barrel. A late drop. There are only a handful of surfers in the world that could have completely controlled that takeoff. Seth Moniz is one of them, luckily for all of us watching.
And the way he actually placed it, or placed his board, I should say, under the lip, just so difficult to do. First carve, pushing a little bit hard, and that inside section, Chris, that's a barrel. That counts as a barrel. Not very deep, but the first inside barrel that we've seen.
That was straight up Donovan Frankenreiter float. Watch the landing, nice and controlled, styles it out.
His foot positioning, when he came up and was up above the lip, his back foot was no more. That was a really, really nice maneuver.
All right, here you go. Matthew McGillivray exercising his freedom of choice, using priority. 2 good turns out the back. And now trying to fight around this whitewater section. He does it easily. Hoping for this wave to pulse up through the inside section. Good line on this one so far. Hammering it down the line. Another turn, you can tell, just trying to stay on his feet all the way to the end. He does it, so a solid finish for our South African Matthew McGillivray. He would need a 9.70 to jump up into that top spot, but what he did right there is no doubt replace a 3.5. That'll make Connor O'Leary's number.
It would line up through the inside because he rolled the dice. He knew he had to go all the way through. He wasn't going to kick out and hope to catch a second wave, knowing that he would have third priority. Right here is where he was hoping that the wave would line up. You could see how close that wave was to the previous one, really backing off the midsection. I really didn't think that wave was going to link up nicely, but it does. And in addition to that, with the dropping tide, Chris, he was able to get those last maneuvers and get up and above the lip, hoping to get around that corner. You can see how this water is pushing from left to right. It is literally, at this point in time, with this tide, almost a river. The closer you get to those rocks, the closer you get as you're moving with the drone, the faster you drift down the point.
A little victory lap here for Seth Moniz. That was exactly the heat he wanted. You can't help but come into round 2 with nerves. I mean, every surfer will feel it. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran or rookie, somewhere in between.
And the coaches feel it as well. You have to remember, Seth Moniz has the great Reynolds Hayes in his corner. I'm sure Reynolds is very happy with the way strategy came to play for Seth.
Quick little alley-oop there.
You think surfing is easy? You think surfing is easy? Very, very
That's
easy.
easy.
That's
easy.
Seth Moniz on
for him. 26 seconds left. McGillivray sneaks this one from under Connor O'Leary's priority. He goes to the air. Massive 540 straight to the beach.
Oh my goodness.
That's how you finish.
Joe Turpel and I looked at each other going, wow, that was incredible. That is feeling like magic, and with maneuvers like that, it is no surprise he loves that board so much.
Look at this. Fully rotated, nose points towards the beach as he lands. That's a front five sent from the heavens for Matthew McGillivray. Well, sadly, we do lose one of the best goofy footers on the planet, Connor O'Leary, but Seth Moniz and Matthew McGillivray will make it.